Alright guys, Epic here, and in today's video I want to talk about the 1.4 update. Now I realise I haven't uploaded in a week, I do apologise, but I've been very busy. And I didn't want to upload this, on the day of 1.4, just simply because at that point I really hadn't played the game and I kind of wanted just to play it, for a couple of days, see exactly what's going on, so that you guys can get the sort of best information or my most honest opinion on the 1.4 patch. So I want to start off with the PvE side of things, and let's start off with probably the most talked about subject during the PTS, and that was sort of time to kill and time to be killed. So obviously Massive have adjusted this, and at the moment I think it is pretty perfect, to be honest. I find that yes, even with my 53% armor mitigation, I still take, it's still take quite a lot of health off me if I'm hit by a sniper in challenge mode. But yeah, it's a sniper, it should take a lot of damage, but also I can give a lot of damage, so in that respect I'm pretty happy with that. What I do love about the new changes to the PvE is the enemy AI. Now I realise in the patch notes that Massive said that they had adjusted the AI and improved it, but I wasn't sure exactly what they were going to do. And if you haven't noticed it already, then the enemy AI is much better. What they will do now is, instead of sitting behind cover, they will actually rush you after a couple of seconds if you're sat behind cover. And a good example of this being, earlier I was playing with some friends and two of my friends went down, but there were 3 enemies approaching me, which that alone is mental, that there was 3 enemies approaching me. Normally, 1.3 or even pre 1.3, they would just sit behind whatever object they were. They would approach me and they actually flanked, so you had one on the front, one on the left, one on the right, and I managed to survive, but I was just so blown away by that. And it's the small things that matter. That's a big change, and I'm really happy that the AI has changed substantially. Now, I want to talk to you also about loot in the game, because I think that was another massive point. And in respects to PvE, if you're running the underground, you're looking at about, I would say, anywhere between 4 and 8, 4 and 7 pieces of loot every time you run underground, and that's just one. That'll be just one run. I don't know if that's the right word. Could be. I'm not sure. Yeah, but anyway, just one run. So that's that's quite a lot of loot. But to be honest, I don't think it's too over the top. I realise that SkillUp actually posted a video during the PTS saying that it's far too much loot. But part of me agreed with him, part of me didn't. I wanted to see a lot of loot. And I'm happy that they've kept that, to be honest, because the majority of it is not, it's not better than what you already have. It's just, and it's so fun just to get all this loot, and then you get to have all these different builds and try all these different builds out. And, I've grinded the game enough to not have to then grind a lot longer for loot. So, really happy that the loot in the game is free-flowing and there's so much of it. Now, in PvP side of things, I haven't really played too much, to be honest. And I want to apologise if my video goes off on a tangent here. I'm just pretty much saying what's coming to my head, because, and there's no script, I don't want to script it all, but I'm just saying what's coming here because I think that's the most honest that I can be. In PvP, I haven't played too much. I played a little bit last night and went up against some rogues. I wasn't running any Banshee gear. I think I have a full set of Banshee though. I was just running this build, which is my Firecrest build at the moment. And yeah, it was really good fun. They died in a relatively good time. And I survived, probably because I have fairly good armor. And yeah, that was really fun. Obviously there can be some changes. There are some OP weapons and whatnot. But, at the moment, pretty happy with PvP as well. As you can see here, I'm actually running Tactical Link. Yeah, Tactical Link. I really love the Tactical Link. I love the changes they've made. You just sort of go into like hyper mode. Your rate of fire goes up and you just go mental. Really loving that. So those are sort of the main points that everyone was discussing. Some of the big changes being your world tier. Really happy with that. But ultimately, this is sort of a short video just to let guys know that I will still be uploading videos. I have just been playing the game and enjoying it. I want you guys to let me know below what you think of the game. In my opinion, this is the best the game has ever been, and it can only go up from here. This is a very good, ground base for the game. I really hope it's not too late. I realise there's a lot of good games coming out, or have just recently come out. Like Battlefield 1, Infinite Warfare will be coming out. I'm not saying that's a good game because it looks crap, but there's a lot of games coming out, so there's a lot to compete with. I just really hope all the old Division players or anyone that's new gets back on, starts playing the game again. Because honestly, if you enjoyed it, you know, pre 1.3, you're gonna absolutely love it right now. Because this is where the game, this is how the game should have been released when they first brought it out. It should have been released like this. You know, difficulty is pretty perfect. Loads of loot, loads of build diversity. Really happy with the game. The only gripe actually saying that is I recently watched the Marco style video and he was talking about armor and how important it is. I have to admit I agree with him absolutely. If you're going to roll anything on your gear, then it needs to be armor, because armor it gets really important towards your toughness. You really need to roll armor. So for me that's a bit crap that it sort of goes up like that, but you know, because that sort of limits what you can actually have as your main attribute on gear. But you know, for now the game's amazing. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you do, please like and subscribe, and take care. Peace.